Away from the vast deserts and glamorous cities of Saudi Arabia, the Hijaz Mountains rise 2,500 meters above sea level. The mountain range is situated on the country's west coast on the Red Sea and runs from Jordan in the north to the Azia region in the south. The mountains are home to an abundance of wildlife, but by far the most prolific and charismatic are the Hamadryas baboons. They are found further north than any other baboon species. They have been particularly successful in these mountains in the west of Saudi Arabia, making their homes in the cliffs and rocky mountainsides, from where they emerge each morning to descend in search of food and the companionship of other troops. Each troop is led by a single male who barks aggressive displays of dominance. The strongest male, the alpha, fights to maintain dominance of his troop and to prevent other troops infringing on their feeding territory. This rhythm in the life of the Hamadryas has been adapted to living side by side with those other primates. Human encroachment on the natural environment has led to sharp reductions in numbers of most species, but the opposite has been the case for the Hamadryas, particularly in the area around the city of Taif, known as the City of Roses.
My name is Turki Al-Atabi. I'm from Taif city and I'm a hiking guide. Baboons, I see them every weekend and some weekdays. In Al-Hada and somewhere in King Fahd Road, there's a place where also people feed the baboons there. They have extra food. They don't want to throw it in the garbage. They say baboons eat it better than we waste it. It's also a religious region that they feed baboons, so they can get more praises from God.
Rice, chicken.
ما في مشكلة.
No problem, no problem.
It's causing a big problem to the nature here and to the baboons. They don't hunt anymore. They just sit and wait for people to feed them.
Then there are the high number of traumatic injuries. The number of maimed baboons with missing or useless limbs seems far higher than would be normal for a wild troop. Their life alongside major roads carries a high price. As the wild baboons search for food, they come into conflict with local farmers, who resent the destruction wrought on their crops as the primates help themselves to the fruit and root crops in the abundant small farms. The farmers fight back, using gunshots, mirrors and scarecrows in a largely vain effort to keep them away from the fields.
My name is Hassan Al-Talhi. I am from this village called Al-Hudayya, from Al-Talhat tribe neighborhood. I manage this farm which produce roses, Taif roses. Taif roses is very well known all over the world, is the best quality of oil roses. Baboons are our enemies because they come to our farms, especially in the summertime where the fruits comes up, and they destroy our fruits and our farms. and they are not eating the fruits and go away. Actually, they are damaging the trees, and they are causing a lot of troubles for the farmers. Luckily, they don't eat the roses. Otherwise, we would have, be in another trouble. They only eat the trees, or they eat the fruits, and fruits normally in this region comes from like July until like October, November. People, which is not correct, tend to give them food and fruits. They want to just to take a photo with them, and that I think is a very wrong attitude, because they should keep them go back to their natural environment, and they stay there. But when they find an easy food and easy fruits, they come and they eat. I don't think there is a benefit coming out of seeing the baboons on the streets. If there is an interest to see baboons, I think the best place is to go to the zoo, and to see them, and if you want to feed them as well, if you want to take pictures with them, but not in the natural, on the street or in the roads.
A mini industry has grown around the Hamadryas, with vendors on the roadside selling carrots to feed the baboons, and entertainment such as camel rides setting up shop at the same place the baboons congregate. The baboons have come to rely on their interactions with humans for food, and people flock to the mountain resorts to see the animals up close. A love-hate relationship has developed between the baboons and local communities. Shopkeepers fight to keep them away, and cleaners are left to clean the infinite amounts of plastic rubbish littering the mountains, left over from people indulging the baboons. As much as the Hamadryas benefit from easy access to food, there are significant costs to the troops. One of these is diet, because instead of a range of nutrients that would be found in a wild diet, the urban baboons have a diet made up primarily of rice, bread, cooked chicken and carrots. But what is it that draws people to feed the baboons, and what drives their fascination with these animals? Is it as harmless as just providing food? Like all baboons, their resemblance to us makes them a source of wonder. More than just physical similarities, they fascinate us for their ability to learn. Like us, they play, they fight, they jostle for food, snatch it away, show anger, and perhaps most surprisingly of all, they mourn. A mother baboon grooming her deceased infant. One of the most distressing scenes to watch, just because it reminds us of how little actually separates us. Nevertheless, our fascination and misguided kindness carries a price that may be too high. We are changing their habits and turning them into a pest that makes them vilified as much as adored.
And they are very smart. The smartest, I think, animal in the world.
But you don't like them?
I hate them. I'm sorry to say this. No, actually, we understand this is like a natural balance, but it is they're damaging us a lot. And I hope the the people who are very specialized in zoology, I think they should find some way to protect the farms and to protect the people from baboons. Very safe, method or strategy or technique to let them go away from our farms.
That's it.
But aren't they part of nature, part of the ecosystem and the environment? Shouldn't we? Do you think there's a way we can learn to live with them instead of this conflict that's happening all the time?
The best way is to live with them is just let them be wild as they are.
And not feed them.
Don't feed them. We must not feed them. They are not pets. They are wild. Very wild. Now they are, most of the times they are pets.